Thursday evening, South Carolina Weather Watchers. We are almost done with the week. We just got to get through tomorrow, and we'll be at the weekend. But first, before we get there, we got to talk about what's going on tonight. Going into our future. First, before we can go in and get into Friday, in our Friday forecast. So let's go on and get started. If you have not hit the like button or the subscribe button yet, make sure you go and do so. Also, make sure you go on and hit the share button as well, as we're trying to get to 400 and at least 25 subscribers. That's the short-term goal. Obviously, the long-term goal is 500. And I think right now we're at 415. We've been at 415 for a while now. So let's go on and get off that number and keep it pushing through there. But first, let's go on and talk with our recorded audience for the people who cannot be here tonight. Good Thursday evening, South Carolina Weather Watchers. Hopefully everyone has had a fantastic Thursday. I am your meteorologist, Joseph Peterson, and let's go and talk about the weather for your Thursday evening going into your future. Looking at the radar right now, nothing going on for the entire state of South Carolina. But if you go over here to the winter weather radar, you do have some snow going on in Pennsylvania, New York, and New Hampshire. We also do have some rain going on in Maine and the coastal regions of the Northeast. We also do have some snow going on in not North Dakota, but South Dakota and Nebraska, with some rain going on in Iowa, Missouri, Nebraska, and Kansas. We also do have some snow in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho, Nevada, as well as Colorado, and then some rain possible inside of down there near Los Angeles and San Diego. Los Angeles and San Diego getting some rain as well. Here's our cloud cover for right now. Cloud cover is actually pretty nice out there. Not really much in terms of cloud cover. You might have some light, very light clouds, but overall it's looking to be pretty clear out there. And if you look at cloud cover for the future, you see right here, no cloud cover is expected. You go on and push through. As you get into tomorrow morning, though, tomorrow morning it's looking to be a bit cloudy out there. And then going into tomorrow night as well for our Friday night cloud cover. Again, staying in that cloudy region. And then as you go over here to, this is Saturday morning right here. Saturday morning looking pretty good. Not really looking for much cloud cover. But Saturday night, cloud cover will start to build more and more. So Saturday, we're starting to get more into that rain chance going into Saturday. And so that's why you start to see that cloud cover starting to move through Saturday night. Here is your current temperatures right now. We do have 44 inside of Columbia, as well as 48 in Orangeburg, 48 in Barnwell, as well as 50 in Charleston, 48 in Moncks Corner, as well as 48 in Walterboro, 50 in Beaufort, as well as 46 in Bamberg, 48 in Rock Hill and Somerville, as well as 48 in Georgetown. We also have 46 in Conway, 48 in North Myrtle Beach and Myrtle Beach, 46 in Augusta, as well as 44 in Aiken, 41 in Clemson, as well as 43 in Anderson, 39 in Greenville, as well as 43 in Spartanburg, 41 in Gaffney, and 39 in York and Rock Hill. Here is your low temperatures for tonight: 32 in Greenwood, as well as 32 in Lawrence, 33 in Anderson, Greenville, and 32 in Rock Hill, 34 in Spartanburg, as well as 35 inside of Columbia, 35 in Aiken and Orangeburg, as well as 34 in Walterboro, 35 in Moncks Corner, 40 in Charleston, 41 in Hilton Head Island, 35 inside of Georgetown, 37 in Myrtle Beach, as well as 32 inside of Florence and Dillon, as well as Cheraw. Here is your forecast precipitation from now to tomorrow evening, and no precipitation is expected for the next 24 hours, but don't worry, we're going to go on and look and see what the future radar says, but right now, no precipitation is expected, and the same thing goes for severe weather. No severe weather expected today, nor tomorrow, nor Saturday, so we're looking good there. Talking about excessive rainfall, though, we have not checked out the excessive rainfall map. They have actually changed this map because this did not look like this either a couple of days ago, or either that or I'm just losing my mind. But going through actually tonight, I'm not quite sure why they have a marginal risk of excessive rainfall. Actually, that might be a couple of days ago. It seems like it is actually. So never mind. Disregard this top map right here. They just need to update that. Look at the bottom map down there at the bottom. Going into tomorrow, nothing for tomorrow. Same thing with Thursday, Friday as well, Saturday as well. So Sunday, I do think could be a potential day for some sort of minor flooding or some minor, just some heavy rain, some minor flooding. I think that could happen on Sunday. We'll continue to wait and see what happens, though. But that's it in terms of that. So let's go on and talk about our severe weather, excessive rainfall, and future. But first, let's talk about the short-term future first. Then we'll go on and talk about all that. Here is the 0Z right here going on through tonight. You can see that there is nothing expected tomorrow. It's going to be nice tomorrow, but there goes some rainfall just to our west at around 5 o'clock in the morning. We're going to look at the composite reflectivity as well. But you can go on. This is 5 o'clock in the morning, and you're really just not really seeing much. It seems to be mainly just to our west, up there inside of the mountains of North Carolina. Seems to be where most of that rainfall will reside. But we'll continue to keep watch. But overall for tomorrow, looking good tomorrow. So let's go on and talk about our long-term future right here. Time will be inside the top right corner of your screen. So let's go on and look at that. You can see as we go on and get through time, again, like I said, in the top right, as you go on and push this forward, by around March the 9th, some shower and thunderstorm activity may try to continue and go on, even March the 10th as well. And this could definitely help wildfire concerns. And speaking of that, actually the drought monitor came out tonight. I'm glad I said that, so now I know. But just continuing to push this forward as well. Shower activity continues on throughout March the 13th and the 14th, and then maybe even some more shower thunderstorm activity March the 17th as well, with some snowfall behind it. So overall, still looking for maybe some potential shower thunderstorm activity. That severe weather train that I talked about, which is a video I'm going to keep on referencing around like a week or two ago that I made. That one, it still is going strong right now. And as you just continue on past that, that's pretty much it. In terms of the long-term future, everything else is a bit too far out to talk about. So let's go on and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. Oliver says, good evening, surprisingly breezy today. Nice anyhow. Looking forward to your forecast. Thank you so much for that. And yes, it was breezy today. Highest wind gust I got today was surprisingly 27 miles per hour, and I had a sustained wind of around 16 to 17-ish. So overall, gusts of up to around 30, sustained winds up to from around 15 to 20 miles per hour at my house. That was today. Let me get back to this and pull this up over here. See if I can see the other one from what my new one said, or my newer model weather station said. It said only 13, so it's very, very different. I honestly like my older one better when it comes to wind, and I like the newer one better when it comes to rainfall. But overall, both of them equally. Mr. Anthony says, good evening, weatherman. Good evening to you. Trail says, hi, just fellow to you. And then Miss Tolliver says, I hope the rain washed away all the wildfires. Not quite. And actually, it probably really didn't do much, I'm going to be honest, because not only were the winds raging with it, but that's just not, you need more rain than that. You need more rain than that to get rid of a wildfire like that. I think it was, how many acres, like 1,000 to 2,000, or something. I think it was somewhere around that range, or maybe, I think it was somewhere around that range. Well, I'll check in just a second. But that's how much it was at its peak. I think 45% of it is contained right now, but overall, not even half of it is contained yet, unless there's an update that came by earlier, like in the past hour or so that I didn't see. And then my cousin Thad says, getting just I hope all is well. It was yet again another beautiful day today in Central Texas, and that will continue. But before we talk about San Antonio and Raleigh, I'm glad we're talking about this wildfire talk. Thank you to Ms. Tolliver for bringing that up. It's time to talk about the drought monitor. So here we go right here, and would you look at that, it actually expanded. So this is, again, like what I was saying, that rainfall really didn't do much. It did not really do much at all. And there's actually now a severe drought. This is a D2 going on in Horry County, Georgetown, Florence, Marion, Williamsburg, Darlington, Marlborough, and Chesterfield counties are now under a D2, meaning that right now, it's not, a D3 or a D4, which those are higher. You have an extreme and then exceptional, but overall, a severe drought is still nothing that you want to mess around with, and definitely make sure that you're watering your plants as well if they're outside, because obviously not enough rainfall is getting to them. And this is everyone else is inside the tan. Places like York County, Chester, Lancaster, Kershaw, Richland, Lexington, Calhoun, Clarendon, Charleston, Berkeley, Dorchester, Barnwell, Bamberg, Aiken, Edgefield, McCormick, Greenwood, Abbeville, Newbury, and some other ones here and there that I might be missing. Hampton County, Northern Colleton County as well. Those places are under a D1, which means that it's just a moderate. It's not as severe as it is over here in like Horry County and Georgetown and Florence and places like that. And then you have the D0, which is abnormally dry. Places like Beaufort County, Jasper, Greenville, Oconee, Pickens, and Anderson, all inside of the D0, which is abnormally dry. So everyone is either abnormally dry or in a drought right now. Nobody is really just safe right now. Definitely different from the last update that we had. But that's pretty much it in terms of the drought. Let's go on and talk about San Antonio and Raleigh. Low temperature tonight, 59, with high temperatures tomorrow. Yes, you're reading that correctly. 87 degrees tomorrow. It's going to be nice and boiling out there. Maybe not for Texas standards, but still, it's going to be very warm out there going into tomorrow. And then low temperatures for tomorrow night at around 62. No precipitation is expected at this time, so you're good. Going on towards Raleigh, low temperature tonight 33, high temperature tomorrow 60, low temperature tomorrow night at 44. No precipitation is expected at this time. And that's going to go on and wrap up both of their forecasts. No precipitation, but also no severe weather is expected for either location either. So now let's go on and talk about what's going on throughout the entire United States. A storm system will continue to bring areas of heavy snow, gusty to high winds, and critical fire weather in the Sierras to the central and southern plains through Friday. A locally critical fire weather threat will exit over a portion of the mid-Mississippi Valley. Gusty winds are expected in the Friday along the Appalachians through the mid-Atlantic into New England as well, which is why there are wind advisories and some high wind warnings out for the Northeast, because they're about to receive or at least the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic, because they are about to receive some high winds up there. Freezing going on, or maybe not freezing, I think that's frost inside of the pretty much most of South Carolina. Freezing going on as well. Georgia maybe trying to get a freeze going on. Texas and western Texas getting some critical fire conditions, and then a winter storm going on inside of Idaho, Wyoming, Nebraska, Nevada, as well as the Four Corners region and California as well. So that's what's going on there. And then maybe some winds and some wind advisories up for the panhandle of Oklahoma and Texas. And that's all that I see that's really important. So that's going to wrap this up. If you have not hit the like button or the subscribe button yet, make sure that you go and do so. Also, make sure that you go and hit the share button as well. Let me go on and check the chat one more time. And that says, I think I'm going to do some succulents this year and plant some lotus flowers. Well, honestly, right now, definitely it's looking like a good time right now. Even if you look at the 7-day forecast for San Antonio, it's honestly looking pretty good. It's not really that bad until because there always is an until you get to around Sunday night, where low temperatures will be back like in the 40s. But don't worry, next week Thursday it's going to be 92 degrees. So overall, it's not going to be chilly for long. It might be a bit chilly just for a little bit, but after that, after like maybe after like Monday night, it's going to be back to being in like maybe even in the 90s, so you're good there. And just some weather stuff for South Carolina. Wildfires continue calm and chilly in tonight. Warming trend into Saturday. Rain arrives Saturday night into Sunday. Drier and warm early next week. And the lunar eclipse is still next week. Make sure that you don't forget about that. In the poll, I said, what's your prediction for tonight's weather? 86% of the people says clear and dry, while 14% says severe weather. Luckily, there is no severe weather that is expected, so no severe weather that we, at least for now. Maybe later into like Sunday, they do have a little brown risk for us on the CSU. That's another model that I'll show probably tomorrow if the National Weather Service puts something up for it. That's going to go and wrap this up, though. Make sure that if you have not hit the like button or the subscribe button yet, that you do so. Also, make sure you go on and hit the share button. Subscriber goal of 500. We've been at 415 for a while now. So make sure that you go on and do so. My Nana says, hey, Jay, hello to you as we are wrapping this up.